Why we, the poor people, getting poorer every day?
Dear, the whistleblower and the witness protection law will also give incentive for those blowing the whistle on corruption. When you report the corruption and the people retrieve the money, you will get 5% as your reward for reporting. When you see corruption, report it and the law will back you. So nobody will do anything to you.
Are you really sure of the things you are talking?
Oh yes. The government now put in place the ombudsman.
So what did the ombudsman then will be doing, Sarah?
The ombudsman will investigate violation of the code of conduct. It will make sure that people working in government act properly and that they don't do things anyhow.
I see. Sarah, tell me more about the witness protection law.
Samuel, that law calls for the establishment of a witness protection unit to protect those testifying against corrupt people in court. But the government still dragging its feet to open the witness protection unit.
No, man. I hope the unit can open soon so we can feel safe to report corruption and talk about it in court.
If you still want to know more about the anti-corruption laws, you can reach Center's Advocacy and Legal Advice Center, ALA, to report allegations of corruption or learn more about the fight against corruption.
I know Center office on 22nd Street, Cinco. I am on my way there right now. So, my Liberian people, let's join the fight against corruption. Report all corruption to Center by dialing 4432 or text 0555 722 113 or email alac@cental.org.lr.
Let's thank the government and people of Sweden through the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, SIDA, for providing the money for the National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program, NIMBA, for an additional 3 years, January 2024 to December 2026.
And darkness hides where secrets like to stay. Central steps into the light to chase those clouds away. Shine a light on every corner, clear and bright. Transparency's the guiding star to take us near and far. Accountability, the solid ground where justice can be found. Central sings, Central strives for a Liberia that truly thrives. From ministries to market stalls, from city streets to farms, we're watching close, we're asking all to keep us safe from harms. No more backroom deals and lies, no more corruption sting. With Central standing by our side, a better future we will bring. Shine a light on every...
A pleasant good morning and welcome to another edition of the program Accountability Hour. This program is produced by CENTAR, and CENTAR is the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. We are the national chapter for Transparency International, which is the global coalition against corruption, with chapters and networks in about 120 countries around the world. My name is Edward Blamo. I am your host, and as well, I'm responsible for media and communications at CENTAR. And this program is an activity of our National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program. That program is the duration is 3 years and is funded entirely by the government and people of Sweden through the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, SIDA. Today on the program Accountability Hour, we have as our guest the Honorable Superintendent of Montserrado County, Warren Bryant. And Honorable Bryant, or Superintendent Bryant, will discuss key development activities, including development initiatives being undertaken as part of the county development funds and other efforts that he's making or the county is making to ensure that development initiatives are, carried out. Quite often, people, when we talk about county development or initiative, or when we talk about apportioning money for monies for county development, we often overlook Montserrado County probably because of the proximity to where we are, and it's in Monrovia and blah blah blah, the urbanness of Montserrado County. So, but he's going to tell us more about what they're doing in terms of attacking or addressing the challenges both in urban and rural Montserrado County. But before we do that, we will take this break, and once we return, we will talk to you a little bit more about what we're doing at Centar, and then go to our guest. Let's take this break.
Corner clear and bright, transparency's the guiding star to take us near and far. Accountability, the solid ground where justice can be found. Central sings, Central strives for a Liberia that truly thrives.
Welcome back to the program Accountability Hour, and as we have always stated, this program is produced by Centar. It's a product of the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. This is one way we believe we can, rally active citizens' participation in a fight against corruption. And at Centar, we do a lot of things, all geared towards ensuring that this country can be free of corruption. We're doing research. We're engaging at the youth level, at the national level. We are engaging with county officials. We are working with county councils, building their capacities in different counties, and we are doing quite a lot. Another innovation at Centar has been, or is already up and running, is the corruption case tracker. We thought to ourselves, we say, well, a lot of times we do this report, the State of Corruption report. There's the Corruption Perception Index that is produced by Transparency International. There's also the State of Corruption report that we do as Centar. And these reports come up at the end of the year. It sort of summarizes all of the things that happen during the course of the year. And they may be very relevant, but they may not be as current or as up to date as it should be. So we said to ourselves, how can we have a platform, or what can we do to ensure that people have access to information around corruption readily? And then we thought about this corruption case tracker. We developed this platform. We launched this platform, so it is up and running. In case you're somewhere and you want to know what's happening around corruption in Liberia, what are some of the allegations, what are some of the statuses of those allegations, you can find everything right here on our corruption case tracker. The handle is cct.centar.org.lr. Again, it's CCT, which stands for Corruption Case Tracker. .centar.org.lr. Once you hit that address, you're going to be directed to the portal. It's an online portal. He has all of what you need to know, the sector of the case, where, that's particular corruption allegation, which sector it falls under. We also have the jurisdiction, where does it reside, and we also have the case status, whether it is an allegation, it has been, forwarded to court, and everything you need to know about that allegation is there also on the portal. And we also have the level, whether it's the national level, it's the local level, it's, whatever level, or municipal level, that is also found there. So you can search by those different categories or those different tabs, and you will know what you need to know about corruption in Liberia. But there are a couple of cases there that we just run or use, a couple of them, maybe one or two of them, and quite interesting ones. There's one here that says allegation of procurement fraud involving officials of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. The status here is under investigation, and it was submitted at June 12, 2024. The amount involved is $55,000 and is been around for quite a lot now. I think 11 months. The duration here is 11 months or 28 days. The detail is the complaint from Edwin Ginoway, Genian of Front Page Africa. The allegation entails that the managing director, Mohammed Ali, is being accused of imposing his friend's company on the Liberian Water and Sewer Corporation for purchase of chemicals for water treatment. FPA also alleged, which is Front Page Africa, alleged that the company name is One Capital Group and a contract for alumina sulfate granules, which is 17% to 50 kilogram column hydrochlorate or chlorine hydrated with, these are so technical jargons, but the bottom line is that there is an allegation of corruption involving the managing director of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. And there are a couple of other allegations here on this portal that you can access and know what is it like. If it's still an allegation, you can know. If it's gone to investigation, you can know. If it's gone to court, you also have the opportunity to know. The other one is allegation of procurement fraud and corruption involving officials of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, and the submission date is May 27, 2024. The status is under investigation. The amount involved is $240,000 US, and the detail is that complaint on allegations of procurement fraud and acts of corruption involving the Deputy Minister for Administration, Honorable Bill McGill Jones, and the former Procurement Director of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Eric B. Akwe, by fraudulently increasing the procurement contract figure from an already negotiated US $180,000 to US $240,000 for personal benefits. That is another allegation here on our portal. That is before the LCC, I think, is at the stage of being investigated. So yes, we look forward to speedy settlement of this particular matter. And there are a couple of other things that we may not just want to go through all of them. There are a couple of allegations here. There are some cases that are already in court. It's also reflected here. So you want to know what's happening around corruption, you can access the platform. It's available for you. The handle is cct.centar.org.lr. And you will know what you need to know about corruption. Now, we will now turn to our guest, who is here pretty seated. Good morning, Superintendent Warren Bryant.
Well, good morning. Good morning to you, Adrian. Good morning to the OKF family, and good morning to the people of Montserrat County.
Okay, so
glad to be with you this morning.
Okay, thank you very much. And oftentimes when people talk about county development projects, or maybe having appropriations for county development and the need for development, a lot of people focus on other counties, and people don't really talk much about Montserrat. Give us a picture of some of Montserrat County first and the development needs of this county.
There was I was just about to start from.
Okay.
What is Montserrat? How is Montserrat? Montserrat is one of the 3 first counties of Liberia.
Okay.
Its capital city is Bento, the Bento city, somewhere between Coosaville, Louisiana, Carisburg. We have 21 townships, 6 cities, 3 chiefdoms, 2 administrative districts, and a borough. And I like the way you did your analysis. I've tried to follow you this morning while sitting here with you. That Montserrat as a county, what it should be, what is the thinking of people who do the different allocations in government, when they are thought about Montserrat, how can we reshape it so that it benefits the people of Montserrat?
Okay.
And these are the conversations that we really intend to spend more energy on, most of our time on, so that people now get to know that this county called Montserrat have been challenged for years, for decades, and it's our responsibility now as head of the county to reshape, to reposition, and bring in a renaissance in Moserado.
Okay.
Moserado is I don't want to start with the challenge, but when we took over, first what we did after our nomination was to do a tour of the entire county.
Okay.
Visited all the township, visited all the administrative districts, the borough, and all the cities. They wanted to, have this first-hand information, and not just by hearing, but by seeing it ourselves. And we did a tour, and we saw all, not just one, but all the administrative offices of the township, the favorite townships, the borough, the cities, even the county administrative building were very deplorable.
Okay.
Very deplorable. So when we got confirmed, we started the refurbishing of the administrative building. Right now it's very conducive for work. And then we work around with the office of the president to appoint, to have our commissioners appointed and confirmed. And after their confirmation and they were inducted, we also taxed them, that they themselves too got to bring their offices up to speed and make it conducive. The reason why it is key that those of all who are head of local government structures, most especially superintendents, mayors, commissioners, to focus on our offices first and make it conducive.
Okay.
Is because paramount and most of our responsibilities is to maintain ordinances.
Okay.
So you can be enforcing ordinances. You're going to tell OKF how to keep their bathroom clean, how to keep the offices clean, how to keep the front of the building clean, and your very office is not up to that task. So that's why I focus. I like you to bring that one clear. So someone say, hey, I saw you the guy appointed, the office is a thing about, but it's part of our job. We got to make sure that is done. And there where we are, a lot have been going on, but the county is challenged.
Okay, so there are a lot of development needs, as you've stated, or there are, also there are areas in Montserrat that has in dire need of development projects. For example, there is this Bentol, there is Todi, and even though there are, even in the urban settlement in Montserrat County, there's still development needs. There are lack of water, electricity, and sanitation issues. And you've been receiving county development funds. And what have you been doing with them?
So we got appointed sometime last year. We received county development fund for last year. We have not received county development fund for this year. And the county development fund is $186,000.
$186,000.
Yes, it's $186,000. Okay. And it's not for Moserrat alone. It's it's just they call it flat rate.
Across the board.
Across the board. All the
regardless of your size.
Regardless of your size.
Okay.
In terms of population, in terms of land, what the challenges are, and everything, it's just the $186,000.
How are you going to distribute $186,000 amongst 17 districts?
That's where the problem is.
Okay.
At the end of the year, the government library will give you the money in the last quarter of the year.
Wow.
Remember, the last quarter of the year starts by October. This is September. Probably you might get it around October or November. And then as soon as you receive that $186,000, you move into the national county meet. You have to make an allotment for that county meet.
So you took some of the money for
it is not optional.
Okay.
It is not optional. You have to.
It's mandatory.
Yeah, you have to participate in the county meet.
Okay.
You have to. So you have to be able to approach a little bit of that to county meet.
But why don't you rally support from elsewhere for the county?
Before you rally, you must have some. So for instance, you have a budget of $10.
Okay.
So you say, okay, the $10 will apportion $5, and then we'll rally the other $5. Well, you can't just depend on that rally. It might lead you to failure, because the people you are rallying for are not obligated to you. You're going to beg them, and it's their responsibility, their decision to either give or not. So if you just rely on their giving, and okay, so you just close out a little bit and say, but what if they didn't give?
Okay.
Well, because of me. So you have to have that. You have to have that allotment or that decision being made. Then you move to that. So Moserrat,
so you did that with the previous $186,000.
No,
You allotted some.
The previous $186,000. When we talk, we have debts.
Okay.
Knocking on our heads from the GD Bank and other places and other challenges we have to look at and then get our offices done. It is this one once we receive them. they were able to identify. We have already identified 1 or 2 projects that we're going to undertake with this county development money this year. Mosserado is not, and let me just say it on this radio, and the people in the radio land, and citizens and residents and actors in government and the private sector have to understand this one. Mosserado is challenged.
Okay.
It's hugely challenged. Mosserado, like I always say to people, is rich with opportunities by perception and imagination, but the foundation of the county did not establish that.
Okay.
So there are counties that have, in other way, there are opportunities with concessions. And all the concessions that are in the counties, there is a land there for a commitment to the county.
So, but don't you get
but
county
there are
social development
concessions-
funds?
No, I haven't gotten that yet.
But don't you have concessionaires in Montserrat?
So there are concessionaires in Mosserado.
Why aren't you?
Unfortunately for the crafter
Okay.
of the concession agreement at that time, they did not look at Mosserado. Probably they look at Mosserado as national government. So once national government gets, then Mosserado has got to know. Now, for example, you have APN terminal at the port. It's a concession. If you were to have APN terminal, if there was a port in Nima or in Basel or in Bonn, and you have APN terminal as a concession operating there, come on, you're going to be a line there for them.
Yeah.
For Mosserado, 0 line. A 0 line. So all the concessions here in Mosserado, with the exception of, let's take an example. ArcelorMittal is giving Bonn County 500,000. The reason is just simple. Because the railroad passes through Bonn County, period. Nothing more, nothing less. They gave it Nimak and Bassa 1.5. Simple reason, because they have the port. Here we are in Mosserado County with the free port of Monrovia. I'm very careful with my word, not the National Port Authority. The free port of Monrovia.
Yep.
You see, the free port of Monrovia is one of the ports on the National Port Authority.
Correct.
It's that free port of Monrovia that Firestone Liberia is using to export their rubber. $0.
So what are you doing? You the touchbearer of Mosserado.
Because these things are not in the law, so you can enforce it in a way that you have like an authority to do it.
Okay.
So you first of all have to establish the relationship with the different companies and see how you can work around them through this social corporate responsibility, which is at their discretion.
Okay.
So that's what we've been doing, is to establish a relationship first, because the law, somebody concession agreement, I don't know if we have the authority to even call on government to revisit it as soon as possible.
Okay.
So, but while we're having that conversation, we have trying to strengthen the relationship with them on the social corporate responsibility, what we can get from them.
Okay, let's look at your structure. I mean, you have other people you're working along with, the chiefs, the commissioners, and those governors, and all those people. How is it like? I mean, how's the working relationship, including the county councils? Do you have the county councils already set up?
Set up.
Yeah.
Set up.
Are they fully functional?
Functional, very effective, very supportive.
How often do they sit?
I have confidence in them. The law requires that they sit after every 3 months, it's quarterly, but they can normally. Sometimes the superintendent can call them to a meeting, either to approve a document or to brief them on everything. Yeah, they've been working good. The local government act calls for the establishment of the National Council of Chiefs.
Okay.
Then the National Council of Chiefs runs down to the county level,
Okay.
where you have County Council of Chiefs. So most of the county Council of Chiefs, there were elections last year. They have the elections. They elected Paramount Chief Stephen Goba of Todi Chiefdom as the head of the Council of Chiefs. So the Council of Chiefs is functional. They have an office at the building.
So the county councils, do they preside over budgets? Have they presided over budget deliberations?
Yeah, they do. That's what the law requires.
Okay.
So the superintendent developed the annual budget.
Okay.
And in fact, right now as we speak, there's a meeting today to present to them the budget for next year.
Okay.
So you present the budget to them, to the council go do the deliberation. If they are inquiry, they invite you. You provide the clarity that are needed. They make their decision. And participate. there's this common phrase called G to G, you know.
Okay.
So government, the superintendent office submitting a document to the council. So assuming that the council doesn't agree with certain things, they're going to tear everything. They're going to call you. So can we do it this way? Why is this sincere? Can we put it this way? Then you have to say, no, can we meet in here? Okay, can we do it this way? So that's a conversation you don't have for the betterment of the people's life. It's not a competition of strength.
Okay.
You know, so good. We have a council.
Yes, so most times, Center, we've done a couple of capacity building support. We've given that to county councils across other counties, and some of the challenges that seem to cut across is the lack of capacity, adequate capacity of members of the county councils. Some people in the councils, some are not lettered, enough to understand those figures and other things. Generally, what's the status, or what's the level of how does your council look? Is it, do you have an office space for the council? Do you have now already the legal, representative on the council? Do you have an administrator? Do you have your structures all in place?
So we have a council set up. The council set up. We met the council. We've been working with the council. We have now been able to recruit a legal officer as required by the law.
Why?
Because we have to do it along with CSA.
Okay.
So CSA have not given us that green letter.
All counties are moving ahead. Nimba County already has one.
You see, that's Nimba County. So Nimba County has a huge concession.
Okay.
With some money. They good money that is allotted to the county administration for this kind of activity. So, for instance, you have a county administration, and you get about $2 million, and then the county sitting the council, you have a budget that says 200,000 or 300,000 or 150,000 goes to administrative. So you have some such, so you go recruit and on a contractual basis and be dropping and be compensating until CSA can bring that person in as a full-fledged civil servant. Do we have that capacity as Moserado? Zero. Do we have that capacity at Moserado? Zero. We received county development from last year. Which one is it? I don't want to be the one saying it.
September.
We haven't received it down.
Okay.
So if you were to recruit anyone and say, look, come and help us with this work, and there's a contract, we'll give you this one at the end of this month until this. But now we are being indebted to that person because we don't have the capacity. Moserado doesn't. And that is the message I want to give. Sometimes when you're discussing Liberia, you hear somebody, Liberia is rich. We got diamond gold, imaginary worth, which is, I don't want to present Moserado in that way until we can restructure. They got their structural problems, their structural issues, until we can restructure and reposition Moserado as it should be. Let me say this quickly. All the counties have different opportunities.
Okay.
There are different uniqueness in terms of economic, opportunities. So some of the counties have concessions. And Moserado is commerce and trade. Commerce and trade. Moravia Club Brewery, Semenko, G5 used to be the G4, G5. They used to be UST, the coconut factory. Way back, you had Jetty, you had relationship. What is there in the different businesses? What is there in the different agreement for the county? Zero. That's the reason why we were so glad when we read a portion of the Local Government Act that speaks directly to revenue sharing.
Okay.
That was already. National government, can we start this process with real estate? We have had a conversation with authority at the Ministry of Finance. We have the conversation with authority at the IRA. We had a conversation with authority even at our own MIA. We have even moved to UNDP from our friends in the UN system at the level of UNDP who have been very supportive of the local government and decentralization. They say, look, Moserado has a very huge opportunity that we have to expose, and that is the revenue sharing aspect of it. So this revenue sharing can get us as a county to do a lot of things on our own and not waiting for county development fund.
Okay, so let's get your perspective on something that has been trending. that has to do with the proposal by a representative from the Grand Jide who is proposing the repeal of the Local Government Act that gives the power to county councils to sort of approve budgets. He's proposing that responsibility should be given to them, and they should play some part in that. I mean, are you in support of that particular position?
So when we hope we will work hard, and we work, and some people even lost their lives. For us as a country to reduce, to upgrade our presidency, let me use that word, to another level, taking off that imperialism. I don't think any lawmaker will want us to graduate and I want to just move from the executive and move to a legislature that want to be imperial. Okay. I don't think they want to do that. You say, okay, I'm going to allot this money. It's my power to allot it. And I want to approve how you spend it. If I even get some people change, they want to sound checking. Oh, who do we report to? But let me go quickly somewhere before I forget. I just took on when you talk about capacity of the council. Bossman, the law of this country says the legislature approve the budget. So you think all the lawmakers are budget experts? No, but there is a committee called Committee Ways, Means and Finance, and other subcommittees, and they do all the budgetary things and they advise their colleagues. So you don't want to have a council where everybody is a specialist there. Is that possible? And that cannot be a reason why someone want to undermine a county council, thinking that they because one or two persons are not sophisticated to their level or as per their thinking. No, you might have a council of 9 persons, while you have 7 persons solid in different fields, in different areas. Somebody might be you have idea in construction, somebody have idea in a business, somebody have idea in financial management, somebody have idea in the medical field. So when you're presenting your programs to the council, there are people on the council from different backgrounds, and you have the youth, and make sure the youth and women are mainstream in your budget. What specifically going to do for them? So the council capacity cannot be created by maybe one person that you know or that you might know. Now, so going to that, I don't think. And I don't think we are investing a lot to decentralize governance. I don't think that the lawmakers should be approving county budget. No, you just shouldn't be. You have played your part. What is your part? Your part is we will give 100,000 to each county. Then the law requires that you have to set up group of eminent citizens, very reputable citizens of those counties that will sit at their level to approve the budget on how the 100,000 should be used that you have already allocated. So what you do is that council goes through the budget, approves the budget, and that the lawmakers themselves doing that one again. Look, we had it at PMC. Okay. We had it at PMC.
Yep.
The PMC was one of the very worst.
Ugly history.
And that you're going to go back? No. The PMC, you're going to go right back there? But the lawmakers, the laws at that time, there had to be a county sitting. How do you get the county, the delegates at the county sitting? The lawmakers choose the delegates. Okay. The superintendent will just get the open remark, formal program, the superintendent takes his or chair at the back, and the caucus chair is presiding. Yeah. But guess what? After all that, the superintendent is the one that's going to sign all the check and do all the financial work for a decision that you were not part of. And tomorrow, Center going to carry it. Most of the county superintendent swim in corruption, in dance in corruption. And your other airline carry, and the people who presided over that sitting, the back doing their different thing. No, I don't think so. I don't think. Let me be emphatic with that.
Yes, go ahead.
I don't think that the proposal of from the honorable is in the right direction. I strongly believe that proposal had the propensity to undermine the intent of decentralization and the devolution of governance.
I think that's Representative Jeremiah Sokan. I just try to get the
so we just say honorable. Then we'll get a name later, we'll put it there.
Yeah, okay. So let's go to remuneration of county council members. And this is a very, very, very or delicate aspect of the Local Government Act, and it gives the privilege of appropriating or setting aside remuneration for county council members to the legislature. They are supposed to set that, and they have not set that. How are you dealing with members of the county council? These people live, far places. They have to come to sit. How, and they are not, they don't have their remuneration approved. How are you dealing with that?
It's quite unfortunate, and we have taken that up with the current chair, Internal Affairs and Governance, Senator Tony Quay of Bond County. We appeal to his conscience, asking to expand the conversation with his colleagues that, look, this is a serious matter. We give people responsibility, we have to empower them. And you want people to be effective and efficient, you have to provide all the necessary support that makes them, to be effective and efficient. Now, we're doing a little bit as county administration. All the county administrations are chipping in a little thing. When we're doing our budget, no matter how little it is, we put little thing aside for them. Because you know what? I'm inviting my council tomorrow to present to them 2026 annual budget. How do they transport themselves? They got to come and go. They all are not living in Benta. And there's no law that requires that everybody should live in a village or in one town or in a city. So they got to commute to Benta and they got to go back. So you have to say, look, gentlemen, can we put this thing aside? The lawmakers have to speed that up because the county council is part of the county administration. And that is the law that they pass. They say, we will set it. Up to now, I think the council going 2 years, 2 years, just 1 year. Because all of them, we haven't started the same year.
Okay.
Some country delay in setting it up. And imagine someone being as a member of a council, approving the county budget, approving development plan, reviewing development plan, representing the county at different functions, and they haven't got anything, and they can get anything.
All right,
We have to be a little bit serious about that.
Okay, you're listening to Accountability Hour. This program is your hour-long program that is produced by Centaur, and this is part of our information dissemination strategy to promote active citizens' participation in the fight against corruption. And this program is part of our National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program, which is funded by the government and people of Sweden through SIDA. And the numbers to call at this point are 0555 995 995, 0777 700 995. These are the numbers that you will have to call to be live here. We're speaking with Superintendent Warwick Bryant of Montserrado County, and we were talking about development projects and challenges here in Montserrado. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning. Let me say good morning to the Honorable Superintendent of Montserrado County. My name is Patrick Esfali. I do know you for Central Monrovia.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the deliberation and the detailed discussion. I've been following the discussion religiously. I'll try to start with you from the perspective of revenue sharing. I think the County of Montserrado have not been treated fairly. I think Montserrado should now be treated as other county. And secondly, I think we need to engage law reform. We need to have a reform of the law. You cannot have so many concessionaires, so many companies in Montserrado, and they are not contributing to the development of Montserrado. I think that is totally unfair, and that is totally wrong.
Thank you very much.
I support reform. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's see this other person. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Warwick Bryant, are your former schoolmate, James Young, from Wawa Mission. Thank you very much, my brother. You are doing well for Montserrado. Thank you. God will bless you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's just commending you. Yes, I think we need to get this other person on and get. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, go ahead.
I think the Superintendent Council General Secretary is still there.
Okay.
You know, what he said, Lodge Insa, if we want for our rural county to be developed, let us leave their budget with the county superintendent, the county official, and the council people.
Okay.
That the representative then go far away. That then call them to ascertain how they're using it. Sometimes because they got that responsibility oversight. So they can't be part of it. It's wrong.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see whether we can get this other person. Good morning.
It's a pleasure. Good morning to you. Okay, Evan.
Let's hear you quickly.
Thank you. Let me say good morning to Superintendent Brian. Mohammed M. Kanachion. I'm a resident of District 16, and I speak from the Bush of the Army. I listen to the Superintendent. Well, I have a concern on the county sitting an issue. Now, the District 16, in District 16, for me, I'm officially in purpose, and my name was part of the council setting. So I want to ask the superintendent, Superintendent Brian, what have been the issue for person living with disability?
Okay.
Not be a member of the city council or the council sitting.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's see what we can take this person from the side. Good morning.
Pleasant, good morning. How are you?
Fine. Go ahead.
Lahadi Soni is my name, and I speak to you from the headquarters of residence here in District 14, Clower Town.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Superintendent. Okay, let me commend you since you took office 2024 for all of the developments and your quest to reform the law. But you see, we can carry on all of the development, but if we don't really treat our people well or rehabilitate our people into becoming productive citizens, all of the development that we will carry out will be meaningless. So the issue of this drug that is prevalent in Montserrado County, what is your office doing about it as a superintendent of Montserrado? Because remember now, Montserrado is the hub for all of those bad things that we're talking about, drugs.
Okay.
So what are you doing to really curtail the issue of drugs in Montserrado County? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's take this final person from the side. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning to you.
Go ahead. Your name and where are you calling from?
I join you from the nation's capital. This is Stephen Morning back.
Go ahead. Go ahead quickly. Go ahead.
Let me say thanks a million to the soup. You see, the soup there is one of those young persons. There are not doubt when President Bottas appointed him. There are two. One is a female. So what we all people, particularly the chief, is very difficult. And since the soup there Institute Warwick Bryant took over as superintendent of Montserrado, you've not heard any confusion or complication coming from the level of the county and working with chiefs, particularly old people, because the place is highly traditional. There are ways you talk to them, there are ways you respond to them, there are ways you answer their phone. So he's been managing that particular area. So I tell you so much. But then again, I have to support him that the lawmaker does not have anything in the county development fund. You know, their fear is because I letter with two of them the other time. Their fear is if you allow a superintendent to control county development fund, it means they have total jurisdiction and authority because he's beating the people on the regular basis. So the day the man want to be senator, we can say we see that as a but they too have the extra budget to visit the king where that is to have to they must always be able to practice the law of the bishop.
Okay. Thank you.
One time, everything went there's an issue now on the county development fund that is superintendent make money allegedly now. So you can eat off it, but you can't be part of the party where there's an enemy money. Who do you go to?
Okay, thank you very much. I think we will do that for the cause as of now, and come to you. You listen to the callers. You could just respond to something.
Well, let me let all of us know today. Probably some people have not come to know. There are 4 different kinds of interventions in terms of projects in all the counties. One, you have national government project. The Ministry of Education decided to build a school. But mind you, now, all the projects have to fall in line with the county development agenda.
Okay.
That's why you have to have conversation with us. So if the national government wants to build a clinic, a hospital in the city, in this county, you have to have a conversation with the county authority, because we have to identify where there's a need for the hospital as per the CDA.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next thing is the county development. That is, we as county authority decide on different projects to do. Another kind of project is the legislative projects.
Okay.
Which is key. You see, people who are leaders. Leaders are people who are wise. Not necessarily wiser than the people you lead. No, not necessarily. But you have to be. And you have to think outside the box. So when the crafter of our laws, specifically the budget law, was crafting the budget, and the lawmaker decided as per the Local Government Act, that the lawmaker will not play a role in identifying projects. The people themselves should play a role. And who are the people? The council. And before we even submit, we have conversation with the people. Mind you now quickly, that the local government doesn't take into consideration electoral districts.
Okay.
No. That electoral district thing was PMC. That was about county city. No. The local government are talking about local structures, township,
Okay.
borough, clients, chiefdom. So they say, look, the lawmakers need to do something. The lawmakers, so they identify in the corner what they call legislative projects.
Okay.
And the way it's supposed to work is that a lawmaker want to have within his legislative project and says, I want to use my money to maybe say, okay, to pay a clinic in Joblo Town. So you let the Super General know you want to do that. Super General writes a communication to list that we want to build this thing from this lawmaker money. Of the 19 lawmakers I have, only one I know about. One.
You have 17.
Two senators.
Okay, 2 senators. Okay.
Only one. Only Senator Darius Dillon asked the county administration to supervise his work.
Okay.
And right now, there is a very big gargantuan structure at the Tottenham High campus, specifically at the back of the building that hosts Mary Brunel. I think it's a junior high school. We are building a library. And Senator Dillon have asked the county, look, this library I want to build, a public library, county administration, find the land for me. Find the land.
Have you engaged the other lawmakers to say, well, you have to do this and blah, blah, blah?
How do you engage them? How do you engage them? And they're doing their work. I'm not going to, it's their allotment. Government going to look, they work with government. If there's any discrepancy, it is their thing. But I'm talking about the relationship with the office of the senator and his senator own ability to trust, to trust our capacity to get that job done. Right now, the work is ongoing. Is that they have already done the roof. Right now, we're doing now the electrical work, the plumbing work, and a couple of months from now, we'll be done with that job. Then it's the fourth one is private projects, which is maybe NGOs and other faith-based group doing. These are the kind of projects that go on in the county. So clearly, Senator Dillon project is well on course.
Okay,
and it's a public library.
Okay,
and that library is going to be open to the public. Not necessarily the Tottenham High students alone, but to the public. We're going to even have a pathway that you're going to move straight there without any disturbance from there. One of the issues the callers raised is the council. Why disabled people are not on the council?
Okay.
Yeah, because the law doesn't call for that. No.
The law doesn't call for
that?
that?
No, the law doesn't call for that.
But there are other county councils that have this.
County council. No, he said township council.
We say township councils?
Yes.
Okay.
The law is clear on a representation from our disabled community to be on the council. On the township council and the city council, it is not, you are not there by gender, by disability, by what, no. they say the law says that if it is a township, divide the township into not less than 5 wards. So when you divide it into not less than 5 wards, each of the ward will meet and have their own process and submit to you a name for representation on the council. It's the same with the township, with the city. So it is not about disability, it's not about any other thing, but it's about the representation from the ward. So if you are disabled, you are a very strong woman, you are a very strong young man, a youth, and you want to be on your township council, lobby with your people in your ward to submit your name. Submit your name, and then that will put you on the council.
Okay. So,
Just, which is important.
Okay.
One of the callers raised the issue of jobs. That's where we started. That's the reason why we started by presenting Montserrat County as it is. As it is, challenge that impedes our work. So there are things that we can't just do on our own as a county that we should do as a county, most especially one of the first counties. A county that was the capital. And there are things that we can do on our own. Everything we have to be at the back and be giving support. You already going to see our faces. By this time, we should be able to be empowering our local structures, the commissioners, the mayors, to have some community awareness on, again, jobs, but all the things take resources. You got to get the volunteers on the field. You got to be able to give them a stipend to keep themselves up. So right now, we are working closely with the committee set up by the president, chaired by the Minister of Health, the multi-sectorial committee on drugs and substance abuse. We have conversation with them. We've been part of the deliberations. They have a 3 days strategic planning meeting. We were there. We make sure the next meeting, the minister requested that we meet. We gathered all the commissioners and all the mayors. We took them, including district superintendent. Okay. We took them to the Ministry of Health. We had conversation. We all sat around the table and developed different ways to approach. Now the technical people doing all their technical work. So make the report to the president, and then we come in. So that's why we speak on. We speak on the support. Okay. But it's something very important. Let me just close on. Yep. Maybe I don't know if it's there.
Yes. Go ahead.
I had a conversation. And we had that conversation all over. The lawmakers, some lawmakers don't want superintendent to be empowered. When you empower, you want to be lawmaker. Blah blah blah. Then the question there is, those lawmakers who are lawmakers now, were they superintendent? Were they superintendent? They weren't. So if your thing is, if someone say, okay, we'll try to pull superintendent down or pull somebody down a little bit because they will want to take, in Liberia, they say they want to take my job. I don't know how to become people's job there now. They want to take my job. No, it doesn't make sufficient.
Okay,
it's not convincing to me.
There's something very important because of time. You just gave us update of how far is it now. That has to do with the county service centers. Other counties have county service centers, and even though there are challenges, what is the status? I haven't heard anything about county service centers in Montserrat.
We don't have it.
Why?
Because Montserrat have been considered as national government. It's a serious.
But there is a rural part of Montserrat.
Center, this is serious. Look, we move from office to office. I don't know how to describe which category to put us in to see how we can establish this relationship with national government actors. Montserrat isn't considered as a county when they are planning any program of activities or anything at the national level. If a minister was in his office or sitting around the table with technicians and they're planning, we want to do a nationwide stuff, they want to say, okay, yeah, the superintendent Bon, you got to get Bonkade in, Maryland in, Kwenku, Nima is a Montserrat is a minister. Or the minister will appoint one of his staff there, or the director will appoint one of his staff. The manager, you taking a Montserrat. Can you imagine? Just because of the job.
Yeah.
The courtesy that we have to give each other. I nearly walked out of one of the sections the other day when someone looked in my face and said to me that Montserrat are not being considered because of capacity issue. What is capacity? When you as a minister went to school in Montserrat, when all the technicians and all the technicians went to school here and live right here, if you were to set up can you imagine county treasury? Bank county, all the Margibi has a treasury, Baza has a treasury, Atenima has a treasury. Montserrat County doesn't. Wow. So all the officers in Montserrat still running the Ministry of Finance. Can you imagine? The county health team document have been in that Ministry of Finance for I think in the last quarter now. Can you imagine?
Okay.
So no, I come here.
We don't have time.
To come right back here.
30 seconds.
We don't
so
find, yeah, 30 seconds.
Wrap up.
So we don't have a county service center. Now the issue is there was a center and the center was not accessible. We have had conversation with the Ministry of Finance, specifically the Deputy Minister for Fiscal Affairs. Mr. Minister, we can relocate. There is no law that says the county service center should be in the county capital. We could move our county service center out from Bento. We can around park up here around the rail level. We'll be able to raise some money. Mind you, 40% of what is generated from that county service center remains with the county.
But why can't you do it in Bento? Why can't you do it in Bento?
Because the rules are deployable. You have to be accessible to.
Okay.
You have to be accessible to. The rules are deployable, and a mayor want to register his business, maybe get some permit whatsoever, cannot leave those same services that are provided in the very ministry and go away to Bento.
Okay. But there are folks that live around there that may not want to come as far as this place.
Because this would not consider being far because of the road condition.
Okay.
So you can just run anywhere. So Monserrato is, and I want Center to help us on this one.
Thank you very
much. Help us on the one to flag this thing that Monserrato is challenged.
Thank you very much. Monserrato is challenged. That's the voice of Warwick Bryant. He's the superintendent of Monserrato County. He's talking about some of the development initiatives in Monserrato and the challenges as well. And sadly, that's all the time we have for this edition of the program Accountability Hour. We'll be back here next Wednesday, God's willing, for another edition of the program. Until that time, my name is Edward Blamo. I've been your host, and I've been here along with Mark W. Bondao. Blessing Nimland has been behind the cameras, along with Ibrahim Conan, providing support from OKFM. Until next Wednesday, bye-bye.